All right, so this question says which expression is equivalent to x squared plus 7x, sorry, x squared minus 7x plus 12. And then what are the solutions of x squared minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0? So when we look at the expression, we know we want to use the reverse distributive property using our box method to figure out what our factors are. The expressions that we're trying to see if they're equivalent to is x plus 3 times x plus 4, x minus 3 times x minus 4, x plus 2 times x minus 6, x plus 6, sorry, x minus 2 times x plus 6. So based on the information that we have, we're going to use our box method. And we know that the x squared term goes in our first box, and that is given by x times x. We know that the b term is the sum of these two terms here, which would give us a negative 7. Plus, we also know that this is a positive 12. So for the b term to be negative 7 and this to be a positive 12, one thing we understand from here is that we're multiplying a negative times a negative to produce a positive 12. So what are the factors of a positive 12 that gives us a negative sum? And I love listing the factors. So it's negative 1 and negative 12, negative 2 and negative 6, negative 3 and negative 4. And then when we add them, which sum gives us a negative 7? It has to be negative 3 and 4. So what that means is that the factors that we're using are 3 and negative 3 and 4. So our first term could be a negative 3x, which means this would be minus 3. And this would be a negative 4x, which means this would be a minus 4. So the factors in the factored form would be x minus 3 times x minus 4. And based on that, the option would be option B. So we can see that definitely is going to be option B from the list that is given. The other question we're asking is we're going to solve the equation. So if we have x squared, so if we set the equation equal to 0, x squared minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0, then it's the same as setting the factored form of the expression equal to 0, and the factored form is x minus 3 times x minus 4. So since that is the case, we're going to use the zero product property. So if the factored form of the equation is equal to 0, either the first factor x minus 3 is equal to 0 or the second factor x minus 4 is equal to 0. If x minus 3 is equal to 0, sorry about that, if x minus 3 is equal to 0, then we know in order to solve, we would add 3 to both sides of the equation. So we know x is equal to a positive 3, which is what we're seeing there. And if we had x minus 4 is equal to 0, we would add 4 to both sides. So x is equal to a positive 4, which is what we're seeing here. So our solutions would be x is equal to positive 3 or x is equal to positive 4.